I can do this for you. I can do that for you. This would be the easier way. Well, we could do that, but long term, that's not gonna. It's gonna fall apart. This is really at scale what you want to do. Yeah, we're
I was sharing that in the mastermind last night. We did it live. Brother Daryl asked two questions. He says, Vinny, why Columbus? Why? The investors want to know that, why Columbus is going to be the next big thing. And live, I just gave prompts to Claude, and within seconds, it thought and all that. And then in 3, 4 minutes, put that whole PowerPoint presentation. It was blowing, mind blowing. Then they
and this
asked, brother, yeah,
this
no,
brings
go
us
ahead.
back to why we're here today. So, wealth principle 30 is learn to attract the right mentors. And I almost made it to the mastermind call last night, but I had the baby and everything.
Yeah.
It was right at the end of the day where Dorina says, "I need you to take these guys." But
Hey,
uh, your
family comes
mastermind,
first.
you've been running that at 4 o'clock for 9 years now.
9 years now. 9 years, brother. 4 p.m. 4 p.m.
4 p.m.
Anybody's in
PST.
that.
Yeah.
PST, 4 p.m. PST, 7 p.m. right after dinner over there on the East Coast. And just come to vinnyzoom.com, VINNEY Zoom, or VINNEYS Zoom. I bought both of them. So you can't miss it. And you can just come on in, announced, and we will love to have you. Yeah.
And what I've seen in that mastermind is a lot of conversations around multifamily, around hospitality, around cap raising, around structuring deals, evaluating deals.
Yes.
It's the other day it was AI, how we're using AI to get things to the next level with our
Mhm.
investors, with our operators, with even dashboards, like how we're looking at things. So,
Yes.
Vinny, when you came to America, you had your uncle, you had a family member here, and that was about it. But you got
Mhm.
very lucky. The story is you came to this country with $7, and
Yes.
you worked your way up, and now 73 years young, you have a lot of assets, and you've managed huge, huge teams, and you've had a lot of real estate all over the country. But you at some point had just your father and your mother as your mentors, and maybe maybe educators, but you got
Hmm.
really lucky with the job that you got. And it's funny to say lucky, right? Because you were a Hindu man selling Bibles and
Yeah.
encyclopedias, but it was a job. But in
Yep.
that job, they gave you access to mentors via the
Yes.
books that
Yes.
they were giving you books. There were certain books that you read early in your career. Uh,
Vincent Norman Peale, I mean, Rich Dad Poor, I mean, all these, the Dale Carnegie's books, amazing, and Wayne Dyer books. I mean, we are going way back. Jim Rohn's book, Charlie Tremendous Jones. I mean, they were my mentors. Unknowing to them, they were my foundation. And I read those 7 books they gave me. That company, Southwestern Company, is the name of the company. I don't mind at all. It's a book selling company, still very strong in Tennessee, and lots of people, college students. Only they work with college students. Universities from Stanford and MIT, and I was at George Washington University, so they came there. They recruited me, and then that was my start in this business of relationship building, positivity, getting slammed. You're knocking on doors almost 13 hours a day. I was knocking on doors outside Atlanta, Georgia, in Austell, Douglasville, Mableton, and with 5 people, I think, in one house. Like we used to uh, go to a church wherever we were taught how to find a room where you don't have to pay too much money to stay. And we worked 80 hours a week, 6 days a week. And then seventh day, Sunday, we will have a meeting that we have to go to after a 1 hour drive or 2 hour drives. And there were the accomplishments. What you did last week, you get rewarded and got pumped up. And anyway, that was the life I had when I was going as a student. And that taught me so much that I closed my engineering in a box. I spent 5 years becoming a mechanical engineer with distinction and everything. Worked for Larsen Dubro anyway, and now I am just a salesperson at heart. Literally, salesperson, sales consultant, and my he passed away, Mr. Oh my God. Uh, oh, can you believe it? My ex CEO of the company, and he passed away at 80. I can't imagine. Anyway, and he had a hand on my head for 40 years, and the billionaire, multi-billionaire, and he taught me so much. Spencer Hayes. Oh my gosh, Spencer Hayes. Spencer Hayes. Anybody who is listening to me, watching me, might know from Southwestern. He started Southwestern Company as a junior in high school or something. They let him do it. Then he became the owner, seven companies. As he passed away, he gave 428 million pounds French collections as
Wow.
gift to French government. There's a museum. There's a museum. And he brought me into the penthouse, and Marilyn, his wife, my wife, Kanchan, and I went there in Park Avenue. They still own that. And inside, each painting was million to 5 million on the wall. This is the
Wow.
guy who started selling books. I
I
just
guess these
can't even.
guys who
You
sell
just brought
books,
something.
they had something going on. You got Amazon, you got Bezos, and Spencer. Like
Spencer Hayes. Spencer Hayes. I'll share
they figured it
pictures with
out.
you today. I'll share the pictures with you today because I still have very fond memories. He was such a kind man, just a business leader. The reason he came to my mind, he was so successful, but his business card said Spencer Hayes, salesperson. All his life, all his life, it was Spencer Hayes, and I bought suits. $2,000 suits. He had so many companies. He still has. Oh my gosh, I should remember these companies' names. They are into custom clothing and suits, and for women and for business people. $20,000 suits they make. Actually, they make the fabric with your initials in the stripes. So the cloth will have Vinny Smile Chopra in the stripes, all in there. If you magnifying glass, you see it, and then they make a suit out of that for you.
That is wild. That's next level customer service, knowing your client and saying it. That's the kind of client like, hey, by the way, you need a magnifying glass, but come check this out. My name's in the suit. That's next level customization. So, Vinny, finding mentors, you've not had any trouble finding mentors. It seems like throughout your whole
Just
life.
look for. I just look for. I look for. See, the thing is, when a student is ready, a teacher appears. That's something stuck in my mind. See, we need to be willing very nicely to look at everybody around you and then say, how can you add value and how can they add value to you? See, a
Wow.
lot of time we do chit and chat. That's not nothing. There is so much noise out there in the world. There is so much noise. Everybody wants to be a mentor for you. But are they really? Do they have the background? Do they have the track record? And they really help you take you to the next level? Or they're looking for $10,000
You
or
just said it. You
$20,000.
just said it. There's everybody wants to be a mentor. I think that's the misunderstanding out there that most people say, "Well, I can't find the right mentors." Well, are you looking? Are you actually open? Because if you are, everybody wants to mentor you. You just now have to qualify. Is that
Yeah,
person qualified to mentor me? Do they have what I want? And that's a
yeah,
simple qualification.
yes.
How does this person start finding out where the right mentors are? How do you look for them when you are ready, Vinny? When you say I'm looking for a new mentor, how do you open your mind to that? And then what channels do you look for?
I think it all boils down to internal introspection, I call it. You got to go on the mountain top, spend some time, or go to library, even go to library today, because it's silence over there. Why do people go into mountaintop? It's silence, no distractions. And you're able to see within yourself where you are, what you have done in the last 5 days, or 5 years, or 5 months. Where is the life taking you? how many years you have been in this life, how many more years are left. I mean, it all boils down to finding the need within who you want to become. I mean, we're going on a different subject, but the thing is, if the man is right, the world will be right. I would love to talk about that. This one pastor was his young boy, was really bothering him because as he was writing the sermon, he told his son, he says, he saw this map of the world, he tore it, literally tore the map, gave this big puzzle of page to his son and said, please put this world together. Now, little 6-year old, won't know small pieces where they fit. But within 10 minutes, the son comes back to him. He said, Dad, I put the world together. He was astonished. He says, what? How did you do it? He says, Dad, when you were tearing it off, I saw on the back of the world was a picture of the man. And I knew if I can put the man right, the world will be right. And that was the sermon that Pastor delivered that weekend. If the man is right, if we are right, if we are the right person, as ethically everything and learning and being motivated and excited and having the best relationships with everybody, you know, that's what it is. If we are right, the world around us will be right. And that is so important that once we want to be better every day, every single moment, we find mentors in books, in YouTube, podcasts. I mean, and physical people. Anybody watching me and you, they have mentors right around them, but they don't let them in. See,
This
we
this
have
is
shield.
this is so revealing. You've said many times over the years, and even just in this call, when the man is right, or when the student is ready, the mentor will appear, or the teacher will appear. When the man is right, the world is right. What
Right.
what you're saying is that finding the right mentors is actually finding out what you want to be mentored on, and
That's
and
it.
being worthy of those mentorship relationships, like being that person who's open enough to be mentored, and being open enough to seek out the mentorship, because that
Yes.
that mentorship already exists in the universe. There's already
Yes.
always somebody ahead of you, and they're
Yeah.
usually not too far away, and it just becomes you. Are you that right person to attract that person, that relationship, that next level,
Yes.
whether it's a book or an internet or a website or a person in real life or a podcast?
And don't give up. And don't give up. Don't give up. And try to reach them every which way. Matter of fact, the more harder you try, they'll be so excited to come back to you because
Yeah.
mentors want results.
Yes.
Mentors want to change you. They want to give you in little time some nuggets that can take you to so much higher level leverage. That's why Tony Robbins, I love him. I mean, I met him only twice. The key thing is what he does is that he prepares the people to change from this state to, I mean, I've seen him clapping so many times up on the stage. It's just mind blowing. And I just saw his, maybe we should do that. He's got billions of dollars of revenues now in 97 different companies he's part of.
Yeah.
And that's just amazing because everybody can be part of some bigger things. And I think the one thing we want to talk about today is also find out who are the top mentors in your business. Many times we are always wondering why my business is not going where I want to take it. And we leave the competition, oh, they're too big, this, that. We have all the different ways rationalizing our thoughts. Hey, that is in a different category. No, find out how they are doing their job. They were very small when they started. but they are somewhere because they did those things. The success path is there if we want to walk on it, I say.
Vinny, we just got into a topic I love, but I have another call that I'm jumping onto a minute ago. And so if somebody wants to find out how to get in touch with you, Vinny, what is the best way for them to get to? Is that vinnychopra.com, or is that actually jumping on the Wednesday call at 4 p.m. EST, PST, 7 p.m. EST on Wednesdays? What is the best way for somebody to jump in? And I know that you are at a different level than some people, right? Like accredited investors only. Let's call it this way.
Yeah.
Accredited investors only who really want to jump in and figure out what the next play is. Figure out what the next two,
Yes.
3 years should look like. What's the
Yes.
easiest way a person could book a call with you right now?
I would say if you really want to be at the next level and save on taxes, which I talk a lot now because we have developed a page, vinnychopra.com/hospitality. vinnychopra.com/hospitality. I've done multifamily, senior living, you name it. But hospitality right now is the name of the game. It's just amazing. So please see me there or vinnychopra.com/calendar. You could, but don't just waste my time, please. Come in with some good game plan and I can spend 20, 30 minutes with you to help you get to the next level.
I love it. Right now, Vinny's not looking to be pitched, so don't bring Vinny a
No,
deal. Don't.
no, no.
Here's what I would suggest on that call. Bring Vinny the seed, not your need. Ask questions, be quick. You can
Yeah.
also message him on Facebook. You message him on Instagram.
Thank you.
We
Yeah.
do appreciate comments, likes,
Yes.
and shares. So hit those
Yes.
buttons on this link. Cheers to your success. We have a choice. Always work with the best. We'll see you next week. And
See you
sometimes
next
Vinny
week.
pops in on Saturdays. So go to
Yes.
alchemistnation.com and register. Maybe we'll see you there.
I'm gonna do more and more of that, brother. I'm so fascinated. Sam, kudos to you. What you're doing with so many entrepreneurs, it's mind blowing, guys. Please do come 7 a.m. Pacific. No, yeah, 7 a.m.
Yep,
Pacific,
you got
10
it.
Eastern time. How do they reach you there too, brother? How
They
do
go to
they reach?
alchemistnation.com, go to fundamentals, and REAP. REAP stands for real estate acquisition principles. Cheers to your success. We have a choice. Always work with the best. We'll see you.